So you have been conditioned to believe certain things about yourself that just aren't true. And that's what I'm here to challenge today. In the next 7 minutes, we're going to shatter those limitations. We're going to disrupt the beliefs that are holding you back, and more importantly, I'll help you see the truth about who you really are. Because I promise you, once you see it, your life will never be the same. So we often shape our identity around the experiences we've lived through, using them as markers to define who we are. Every challenge, every triumph, every moment of failure and success becomes part of the narrative we tell ourselves. But this story, while powerful, can also limit us. The real danger arises when we become so attached to that story that we begin to believe it's the only version of ourselves that can exist. So imagine for a moment that your past doesn't have to dictate your future. What if the mistakes you've made, the setbacks you've encountered, and even the victories you celebrated aren't the final word on who you are? These moments don't sum up your entire existence. They are pieces of a much larger puzzle, but they are not the complete picture. What defines you is not the accumulation of past experiences, but the potential that still lies within you. Each day presents the possibility to grow beyond what you've known, to stretch the boundaries of what you thought was possible. So we are often weighed down by the belief that our identity is fixed, that the person we were yesterday is the same person we must be today. But human beings are inherently dynamic. So with every sunrise, you're presented with a chance to reinvent, to evolve, to push beyond the limits that yesterday may have imposed on you. You are in constant motion, always capable of more than you were before, always on the brink of new possibilities. It's easy to hold on to the past, to use it as a guidepost or a shield. But the reality is the past is just the past. It doesn't have the power to shape your future unless you give it that power. Too often, we allow old failures, regrets, and even successes to chain us to a version of ourselves that no longer fits. We stay in that space because it's familiar, even when it no longer serves us. So what if, instead of clinging to what has been, you focused on what could be? What if you embraced the idea that every day is an opportunity for transformation? That you're always in the process of becoming something greater. So the truth is, you're not confined by your past, you're propelled by the limitless potential of your future. So what you've been through may have shaped you, but it does not define you. What defines you is what you choose to do next. It's where focus goes. Energy flows. Take a moment to reflect on that. Every day, our minds are constantly drawn to specific thoughts, concerns, and ideas. Many of us spend so much time fixating on what's missing in our lives, on the things that aren't going as planned, or on the challenges that seem insurmountable. We become consumed by what we perceive as wrong or lacking, and in doing so, we lose sight of everything we have and the incredible potential that surrounds us. This habitual focus on the negative drains us of energy, keeping us stuck in a loop of dissatisfaction and frustration. The truth is, your mind is a powerful tool, and where you direct it shapes the world you experience. When you choose to focus on problems, your energy flows toward those problems. You magnify them, giving them more weight and significance than they may deserve. Your thoughts become trapped in a cycle of negativity, and soon your entire reality begins to reflect that focus. It's easy to get caught in this spiral, to let the challenges in your life dominate your attention. But this isn't the only way to live. Imagine instead if you shifted your focus toward the possibilities, toward what's working in your life, toward the opportunities that exist even in difficult circumstances. When you focus on what you have, on the resources available to you, your energy starts to flow in a different direction. So you become attuned to solutions rather than problems, to gratitude rather than lack. This shift doesn't magically erase challenges, but it equips you with a mindset that empowers you to overcome them. This isn't some mystical process, it's a reflection of how the human mind operates. What you focus on expands in your consciousness. By deliberately choosing where to place your attention, you're shaping not only your emotional state, but also your perception of the world. You can either let your energy be drained by focusing on limitations, or you can channel it toward growth, progress, and gratitude. Your mind can become your greatest asset, driving you toward a reality filled with potential, creativity, and strength. If you focus on the negative, guess what? That's all you're going to see. But if you shift your focus to the opportunities, the possibilities, to what you can do, suddenly the world opens up. Your mind starts working for you instead of against you. So your beliefs are nothing more than stories you've chosen to hold on to. They aren't concrete facts, though they often feel that way. At some point in your life, you may have started telling yourself certain narratives that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. Stories likely stem from a single event, a comment someone made, or a moment of self-doubt. Over time, without realizing it, you started repeating these stories to yourself, reinforcing them until they became part of your identity. But here's the crazy thing, these stories are not the truth. They are simply thoughts you've given power to. The more you've repeated them, the more they've shaped the way you see yourself and the world around you. So even crazier, you believe them wholeheartedly, allowing them to dictate the actions you took or didn't take, the opportunities you pursued or let pass, and the way you interacted with others. But no matter how deeply ingrained they are, these stories are not set in stone. So you have the power to rewrite these narratives at any moment. They are malleable, and they only hold as much authority as you give them. What if you decided right now that the story you've been telling yourself isn't the one you want to live by anymore? What if you chose to craft a new narrative, one where you see yourself as fully capable, where you believe in your own potential and worthiness? Imagine what your life would look like if the story you repeated to yourself was that you are unstoppable, resilient, and destined for greatness. The stories you tell yourself shape your reality. But the beauty of it is that you are the author. You can choose to tell a different story, one that empowers you rather than limits you. You can start telling yourself that you are worthy of success, that your dreams are within reach, that you are more than enough. It's not about pretending challenges don't exist, but rather recognizing that your beliefs are a framework you build your life upon. If that framework is flawed, it's up to you to rebuild it stronger and more aligned with who you truly are and what you're capable of achieving. The question is, what story do you want to live by? You don't have to keep repeating the old narrative that's held you back. You can decide right now to tell a story that reflects your strength, your potential, and your vision for the future. The first step to changing your life is changing the story you tell yourself. You have the pen. Write something powerful. This emotion is the driving force behind everything we do. It's the fuel that propels us forward, the energy that gets us up in the morning and pushes us toward our goals. Whether it's passion, excitement, or determination, emotions have a way of influencing our every move. But more often than not, we find ourselves at the mercy of our emotions, letting them control our actions and reactions. Emotions like fear, doubt, and insecurity can sneak in and take the wheel, dictating how we see ourselves and what we believe we can achieve. These emotions can keep us playing small. They whisper that we're not ready, that we're not capable, or that we'll fail if we try. When fear and doubt take over, it's easy to hold back, to stay in your comfort zone, or to avoid taking risks. This insecurity can make you question your worth, your abilities, and whether you deserve success in the first place. These emotions, when unchecked, can trap you in a cycle of hesitation and self-limitation. But here's the thing, you have far more control over your emotions than you might think. While it's true that emotions can feel overwhelming, they don't have to run your life. So you have the ability to shift your emotional state, to choose how you respond to situations, and to cultivate emotions that empower you rather than hold you back. It starts with recognizing that you're not a passive participant in your emotional experience. You can actively influence how you feel by focusing on emotions that serve you, like confidence, empowerment, and drive. So when you consciously decide to feel empowered, your perspective changes. Instead of being held back by fear, you start to see challenges as opportunities for growth. When you choose confidence, you begin to trust in your abilities and your capacity to handle whatever comes your way. And when you tap into a sense of drive, you find the energy and motivation to push through obstacles and keep moving forward, even when things get tough. You have the power to shift your emotional state at any moment. It's not about denying difficult emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about recognizing that while emotions are a natural part of life, they don't have to define your actions. You can acknowledge fear, doubt, and insecurity without letting them dictate your path. By choosing to focus on emotions that uplift and empower you, you can fuel yourself with the emotional energy that propels you toward your goals. When you master your emotions, you master your life. Don't wait for life to happen to you. Take control of your state and watch how fast things change. The difference between someone who lives a life of mediocrity and someone who lives with greatness is their ability to manage and harness their emotions. So listen to me closely. Everything you need to change your life, you already have. The problem is, you've forgotten. You've bought into the lie that you're missing something. More time, more money, more skills. But that's just fear talking. Fear has a sneaky way of convincing you that you're not enough as you are, that there's always something lacking, something out of reach. It tells you that success is reserved for those with more resources, more connections, or more opportunities. But that's not true. You've been conditioned to think that external circumstances determine your potential, that if you only had more time, everything would fall into place, or that if you had the right amount of money, the doors of opportunity would suddenly swing open. The world might tell you that you need another skill, another credential, another step forward before you can achieve your dreams. But this mindset is a trap designed to keep you playing small. The truth is, you already possess the strength, the wisdom, and the resilience to create the life you desire. Deep within you, there's a power that has always been there waiting to be unleashed. You've experienced moments where you felt a sense of clarity of knowing exactly what needs to be done. It might have been brief, but it was real. That was your true self speaking, reminding you that you're capable of far more than you've allowed yourself to believe. Think about the challenges you've already overcome. Remember the times when you didn't think you'd make it through, but somehow you did. Those moments weren't luck or chance. They were evidence of your ability to rise above whatever life throws at you. You've done it before and you can do it again. But the first step is recognizing that you are not incomplete. You are not waiting for a missing piece to arrive. Everything you need is within you. Yes, the journey will require effort. Yes, there will be obstacles. But those aren't signs that you're unprepared or incapable. They're part of the process. They're the very things that will shape you, sharpen your skills, and deepen your understanding. Don't shy away from the challenges. They're opportunities in disguise, there to help you grow into the person you're meant to be, the person you already are. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. There will always be reasons to delay, to tell yourself that you're not ready yet. But those reasons are just distractions. The moment to act is now. You are enough right now. You have the ability to change, to grow, to become anything you desire. The resources are within you. All you need to do is tap into them. Stop looking outside for the answers, because everything you're searching for has been inside of you all along. Your life will be transformed the moment you stop seeing yourself as limited and start seeing yourself as limitless in these 7 minutes. So I want you to make a decision. A decision to leave behind the old version of you and step into the person you are meant to be. This is the moment. This is your moment. And once you see yourself for who you really are, there's no going back.